FPL Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted, as always, to be joined by Paul Kelly. This is a win reaction video to what we've just seen. Chris Billam-Smith and Riakporhe have made weight ahead of the world title fight tomorrow night at Selhurst Park. Paul, give us your reaction, please. Both fighters have made weight. Nice long face-off at the end. Clearly means a lot to both fighters. What did you make of what we've just?
Yeah, mate, I think it was a kind of a professional weigh-in is how I would put it. Both men bang on 200 pounds, 14 stone 4 even. Um, no drama, no handbags or anything like that. Just strictly business, I think. Riakporhe, obviously on the scales first as the challenger, looked in great nick, has to be said. You can tell why people are kind of talking about him potentially moving up to heavyweight in the future or following in the footsteps of Lawrence Okoli perhaps down the line, and going up to Bridgerweight and what have you. Billam-Smith, very businessman like on the scales, weigh in, yep, happy days, job done. Step off the scales, nothing else to it really. Then yeah, as you mentioned, mate, the face off, another good one, very respectful. I actually prefer that. Sometimes obviously we do like a bit of drama here and there. But no, it was very respectful between the two. That you can tell that they both really respect each other as a man and as a fighter. And yeah, really looking forward to the fight tomorrow night now.
What did you make of how they both looked? Obviously, both of them have always competed at cruiserweights. They're in their early mid-30s now. Do you think we're going to see these guys continue to compete at cruiserweight for the next couple of years? Obviously, long to a bridgeweight now, that could be a fight for both of them, and obviously they would have a need at weight. Do you think either of them's their days are numbered at cruiserweight? What are your thoughts on that, Paul?
I think if one of the two of them was to campaign higher than cruiserweight, it would be Riakporhe. I don't ever see Chris Billam-Smith campaigning higher than cruiserweight personally. Um, yeah, but don't get me wrong, he's not small, but I think Riakporhe is just his general frame and natural size. You could see him going up to 15 and a half stone, 16 stone. You could see Riakporhe being a fully fledged heavyweight. Let's be honest. So if one of the two of them was ever to move up, for me it would be Riakporhe. In terms of how they actually looked on the scales there, I think you can just tell that Riakporhe is the far bigger man. I'll be really interested to see once they're in the ring, how much bigger Riakporhe looks than Billam-Smith, because I think that's undoubtedly what's going to happen. I think Riakporhe will look like the bigger man in there, and will have probably put more weight on than Chris Billam-Smith. I could be wrong, but that's kind of just my general feeling on it. But yeah, I mean, oh, can't really comment other than on either the way they've looked. Clearly trained exceptionally hard and in tip top condition. But yeah, if one of the two of them was to move up, it would definitely be Riakporhe for me.
Yeah, for sure. I think I know we've got a final prediction video to come, Paul, so we won't touch on that. But one thing I do want to get your opinion on is kind of stage. Chris Billam-Smith has had a fight in the football stadium a year ago. He's headlined quite a few times now. Richard Riakporhe, I think it's fair to say, like he has headlined, but he's not been in massive fights. I think it's fair to say, and he's been on undercards a lot. Do you think it's a factor here that, or on the big stage, main eventing, Riakporhe not so much? Does that come into your mind when kind of thinking about who you think's actually going to?
Well, I suppose there's a couple of ways you could look at it, mate. It really depends. You can look at it in the sense as you mentioned, Billam-Smith has that experience. Has fought in his hometown in the football stadium in Bournemouth. So you can look at that and think, yeah, it was home advantage against the Coley. But then you're also thinking, I'm fighting in front of my home crowd. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that as well. So you could flip that on the exact same way for Riakporhe. Obviously, fighting in his hometown, the kind of you might think the pressure's on him because he's fighting in front of his fans now. Obviously, Billam-Smith will have months to travel to London from Bournemouth, but yeah, I think obviously experience wise, you've got to lean it towards Billam-Smith in terms of the experience on the big stage and having obviously this will be his third world title fight as well. Riakporhe's first, but at the same time, you can kind of flip it on. It's interesting. You can kind of flip it the other way and think, well, he's got home advantage. Riakporhe, yes, there's going to be pressure, but ultimately he's fighting at home. So yeah, you kind of look at it a couple of
Yeah,
different ways, mate. I don't. It's
yeah.
just difficult to pinpoint it.
yeah, no, it's interesting, isn't it? No, we'll have to see what happens. Have to see what happens tomorrow night. When it comes down to the main event, how about and yeah, how nervous both fighters look. We'll leave it there. I know there's more content to come. Please do check out the rest of the content on our channel. But yeah, thank you for your time. Good to see both ways. You never know whether that's actually going to happen or not. But yeah, we are all set for tomorrow. Paul, thank you very much for your time, and I'll speak to you again soon.
Cheers, mate. All the best.